So when it comes to a beauty pageant, there is more to it than what's outside. It's also about what's inside.
Definitely. And we would see evidence of it as 23 of China's most beautiful ladies will walk on the ramp for just one single crown.
And I'm very excited for this evening. We have 23 contestants who are going to be battling it out for Miss Universe and Miss Universe China pre-pageant as well. So that was us trying to have our 5 seconds of glory, so to speak.
Just kidding.
Well, on a bit of a serious but not so serious note, alright, welcome to Out and About. Yeah, I think we did.
We were awesome.
I have absolutely no
response
response right now.
Presenters of the actual thing. So, and where are we today?
Well, we are at Cinnamon Lakeside, and we are going to be checking out the pre-pageant press conference of Miss Universe, Miss China for me, Miss Universe. I always get that thing tongue-tied. It doesn't make sense sometimes.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, why doesn't the Universe come before the China instead? And doesn't make sense.
You know what, we'll just leave it with people who came up with that. But yes, we are going to be having quite a lot of fun. And why don't you join us to see what's coming up?
So we're going to have 23 pageant finalists, which is part of the pageant's official itinerary. They'll be here in Sri Lanka from the 26th of August until the 1st of September. There is a gala fashion show, a part of this as well.
The Miss Universe China pre-pageant tour has been organized as part of our strategy in creating signature events that generate promotional mileage for Sri Lanka as a tourist destination.
Last year, the arrivals from China is only near less than 60,000. But in the first 5 months of this year, everybody, you know the numbers. The people from China is nearly 60,000. So as same as last year's, the whole year. So you can imagine.
So last year, we had got only 54,288 number of Chinese travelers to Sri Lanka, but up to 2014 June, we have got 52,230 arrivals, which is about 137.2% increase.
And we're very touched by the warmth and generosity from the local people. This will be the first trip that the entire pageant have ever made to a foreign country. This has provided such an amazing opportunity of education to teach the potential Miss Chinas how to embrace foreign culture, how to promote cultural exchange between China and Sri Lanka and the rest of the world. We are even more thrilled when we learned that the First Lady of Sri Lanka was an ex-Miss Sri Lanka. This is such an inspiration and aspiration, again, for the potential Miss Chinas to learn a real life story of how a beauty queen can become a female role model and a leader, which is part of the mission we continuously instill in our pageant. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Miss Universe China 2013, Jin Ye.
2013环球中国小姐，代表环球中国小姐组委会宣布，2014
On behalf of Miss Universe China, I, Jin Ye, the reigning Miss Universe China 2013, formally announce that the Miss Universe China 2014 pre-pageant tour will be held in Sri Lanka from 26th of August to the 1st of September.
Joining me right now, I have the beautiful Miss Universe China 2013. Pleasure to have you here with us on MTV Sports on Out and About. First thing I have to ask you about the sari. first time, I'm assuming you're wearing a sari?
对，这是我第一次穿斯里兰卡的纱丽，我觉得
This is the first time she's in a Sri Lankan-made sari.
And how does it feel for you overall, being in a Sri Lankan sari?
你总体的感觉是怎么样的？你穿着这件纱丽的总体感觉是怎么样的？
我第一眼看到的时候，我觉得哇，好漂亮啊！然后我作为一个中国人，然后穿到斯里兰卡的一个民族服装，我觉得很开心。然后觉得这样是两个国家之间的结合，就是产生一种不同的美，很特别的美，我觉得。
So this is a Sri Lankan sari made by a famous designer called Sunali who supports the war widows. She's very honored to be in such a special piece of costume with a special meaning, and it symbolizes a cultural exchange, embracing the foreign culture, and she's very honored to be in it.
So, sir, in terms from a fashion perspective, the nations that will be coming here, the beauty queens who will be coming here, have been currently from 3 countries alone. So, future plans-wise, will there be an expansion to other countries, or will it only be the strategic customers, I would say, of Sri Lanka?
Well, I mean, it's all going to be trying to get the maximum bang for the buck. So of course, it's going to be it'll be based on where we believe that we can sort of get the maximum exposure, which will result in an outcome that would be an inflow of tourism. So everything that we will do will be aligned to that. So to that extent, we haven't thought of another pageant, but we'll certainly be looking at other events that will give us similar publicity in what would be key important destinations.
Joining me right now, we have Miss Jamie Wu, who is the director of Miss Universe China. Thank you so much for joining us here on Out and About.
My pleasure.
So your decision to come to Sri Lanka, as is the first time you're having the pre-pageant tour ever taking place out of China itself. What was the decision to make it come all the way to our lovely island?
First of all, we're still unfamiliar with your lovely island, and as part of the roles for Miss China is to travel the world and understand all sorts of foreign culture, embrace them, and promote China and then these foreign cultures back in China. So I feel like as a destination we're still unfamiliar with, it's a great opportunity to get to learn about it. And it will be amazing to see how these girls react in a completely foreign environment that really shows character.
As the statistics that were mentioned, the statistics are huge and the prospects are extremely encouraging and attractive. And what sort of an exposure do you expect from an event of this nature where it's mainly dealing with the fashion industry? Do you think that selection of the fashion industry, basically to bring the beauty queens down, was it a strategic choice? What was the idea behind it?
Yeah, it is a strategic choice. Anything to do with fashion and beauty, I think there's a broad-based, following. So certainly this is a very, in my view, a strategic and a low-cost way to promote the country. Because if you have to hit the airwaves or the print media and do so many promotions.
All right, so we've actually been able to pick up at least one word from Mandarin.
Oh yes, we did.
Yes,
okay, wait.
we did. So 再见.
Whilst only a new entrant to the Sri Lankan QSR market, Subway has had a long and proud tradition dating back to 1965, when a then 17-year-old entrepreneur, Mr. Fred DeLuca, set out to fulfill his dream of becoming a medical doctor.
What really excites Ataraxia's team, certain members of which couldn't be here today, namely Savan Sebastian and Anup Veerasinga, is the story of Subway. It's not easy, it's no easy feat, or should I say foot, to become the leading fast food, quick service restaurant operator in the world. It says a lot about their commitment to excellence, quality and value, which we also share. As we all know, there is somewhat of a quiet epidemic happening in Sri Lanka when it comes to health. Diabetes rates, heart disease, all of those things are continuing to skyrocket. And there's a real concern out there that healthy foods are important. And I suppose that's where Subway really plugs the gap, where we allow our customers to enjoy healthy, fast food at a reasonable price point.
Just got myself a cookie and we're inside the kitchen of Subway. Rare chance you will never get to see this. So let's see how the cooking happens behind the scenes of Subway. I have with me Osman, who's going to show me. Hi, welcome to Out and About.
Happy to be here, thank you.
Congratulations on opening up in Sri Lanka.
It's really nice to start it off, and it's been a long journey. For the last 3-4 months we have been working hard, so today it's a good day.
I think the hard work is evident. So we'll start off to see the ingredients first.
Yeah,
I think that.
Let me just say simply, actually we bring out most of vegetables and meat item imported, except for the vegetables, sorry. And so generally in Subway, everywhere we get it from on a certain particular supplier. So throughout the India and Sri Lanka, we are having just one supplier who will be sending most of our meat items.
So technically everything inside this are of very high quality, so that the quality standards will be maintained continuously. So shall we take a look in?
Yeah, sure. So if I
I'm very excited.
Show you over here, we got this freezer which is now packed with all these meat items and things like that. So once we get our frozen deliveries, we stack it over here, and on a daily basis we'll be using them, and we'll be thawing on this is a chiller where we thaw the meat item, cheese stacks, and on a daily basis we take out the frozen item, and we
What's
just this is a meat, actually steak.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So once we get it out and thaw it, and as you can see, we have this label to make sure the quality stands and to maintain.
I'm very curious as to what these are.
Just actually the cheese slices we get in bulk.
We saw the meat, we saw the cheese.
Here comes the frozen, and after that on a daily basis we'll be pulling out things for our operations over here. And after that on the morning we take most of the meat item and put it on the chillers in the front. Yep.
So it's basically like a chain process. So how busy do you expect a day to be? Like, at what time do you all start work in the kitchen?
Well, if we are opening at 11, we need about 2 to 3 hours to get ourselves ready. So yeah, about 2 hours.
So I'm pretty curious. I've never been to a kitchen before. So does it work as a batch by batch process, or is it on order?
Well, actually it depends on a day what sort of rush we are expecting. So according to that we tend to make our pre-rush preparations.